Hello, this is me. Where do I start? In October of last year, my grandfather passed away, my mother's father. And I took about a week and I went to Florida for the funeral. And when I was in Florida for the funeral, my dad had a really bad cough. And at the time, everyone was saying it's pneumonia. And a few months later, I forget if it was December or January, they found out it was lung cancer. And he went through several rounds of, let me back it up a bit. The previous year, a year earlier, in early 2008, when the whole family got together in Aspen for skiing and snowboarding, he had said he had been out of breath, but he had thought at the time that was just him getting old, and apparently it was more than that. So, bring it back forward to early 2009, he went through several rounds of chemotherapy, and by the time of my younger brother's wedding in early June, he was well enough to walk around with me and drive me around and help me get out of Logan Airport past midnight. And he was well enough to go to the wedding. He was well enough to drive half the way there with Mom. I drove myself and my youngest brother. I have two younger brothers, the younger one who got married and the youngest one who's not married yet. And he was well enough to be at my younger brother's wedding. And after the wedding, there was a great big party, a great big reception. And he was feeling a little tired, a little extra tired, because the morning he had departed for the wedding. The wedding place was in the Catskills in upstate New York. And the morning of his departure, he had gone to the hospital to get some fluid drained from his chest, from the area around his lungs. And they drained about a liter or a liter and a half of fluid from around his lungs. And so after the wedding, I mean, it wasn't so much a wedding. I think I said this before. It wasn't a wedding so much as it was a 2-day ongoing party. And on the last day, after the wedding itself, after they said their vows, great big dinner party, dancing, band, lots of fun. And partway through, my dad said he wasn't feeling so well. He was feeling a little tired and he wanted to be taken back to the hotel. And I was one of the few that had my car with me at the wedding place, because the wedding place was a bit separate from the hotel. And so I drove him from the wedding place to the hotel and walked him to his room and hugged him goodbye and went back to the party. And I had to wake up the next morning at about 3 a.m. to, when was it? It was something like 3:30 or, I forget when it was. It was like 3:30 or 4 a.m. I had to wake up. I made a video about the trip home. I'm still editing it. Not sure when I'll get around to it now. Woke up early, drove down to LaGuardia. Took my flights home back to here in Tokyo. And over the past month and a half, my father's condition has been steadily getting worse. And after a week of asking my family if I should be on a plane, my mom emails me and tells me it's only going to be another day or two. Adding to all this is my visa renewal. The application for my visa renewal finally got handed in earlier this week at immigration in Shinagawa. This time it wasn't me who did it. My company pays lawyers to handle that sort of thing, so some lawyer dude borrowed my passport and all of the materials I had gathered together and took them to immigration and handed them in a few days ago. And today I told him the situation. This is before I even know my father only had a day or two left to live, but I told him the situation and said, look, I don't know how much longer my father is going to be alive. Help me out here. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm going online to look for plane tickets, leaving Saturday the 8th and returning to Tokyo on the 15th. Oh no, wait, I got that wrong. The departure would be from the States on the 15th, and I'd be getting back to Japan on the 16th. And the idea is that I'm supposed to purchase these plane tickets and print out some sort of flight itinerary or reservation thingy or whatever you want to call it, and visit immigration with the lawyer tomorrow and beg for them to issue my visa right now. No idea if that's actually going to work, but it's worth a shot. I mean, the lawyer dude said he didn't see any reason that my visa renewal would be delayed or anything like that, so gonna go to immigration tomorrow and try to use these plane tickets to get them to issue my visa renewal as soon as freaking possible, so I can go be with my father. This, of course, means that I probably won't be back in time for the gathering on August 15th. But it's all relative. I've got other priorities right now. Sorry I can't make it. Okay. Don't know when the next time is I'm going to have a chance to make a video, but next thing I got to do is reserve and hopefully pay for these plane tickets. And hopefully I can see my father. P.S. By the way, if anyone knows, I know this sounds like a dumb question, but or it sounds like I'm begging to be spammed, but in past I've always reserved through HIS, a travel agency in Japan, and the prices through them have always been about 1/5 of what I'm seeing for direct prices, buying direct from United. I mean, I've been paying cash to HIS for so long, I don't know how to reserve tickets otherwise. Any place online that can take care of plane tickets on short notice, let me know.